Hello, Doctor Who fans. I am Doctor Who Commentator, here to provide you my personal fan commentary on Doctor Who. And today, we start. Now, you notice, not my regular attire. No, come from Comic Con. Finally, just finished it. Sunday now, so it's a bit later than I would have normally liked to have done this, but ho hum, needs be. This is why those of you who see me on the Omega Files, I couldn't attend that day for the same reason. So let's move on with 73 yards. Turn the volume down. I figured out what my audio problem was last week. And of course, you'll notice no title sequence this week. It's not the first time that's happened, but it's very rare. And there we are, Shooty in his lovely new costume. I actually saw a lot of people wearing the costume he wore on Church of Ruby Road at Comic Con. And it must be said, if I had to be honest, I think that is very much the one he wore in Church of Ruby Road. I think they will eventually keep that as his main costume. That's what everyone seems to be using. It's meant to be timeless. 2046. Well, you already did. And so here's the beginning of it. It's spoiled to say, but right off the start, I'm gonna say I liked this episode. Should also say I saw this episode at Comic Con. I was at the after panel session where we saw Gemma Redgrave as well as people involved in production, including the director. The director actually said he took inspiration from the episode Blink when making this episode, and you can really tell. But I will personally say, while I loved the tone of it and the whole style around it, the ending did not make sense. And I mean from a temporal perspective. It's meant to be the bootstrap paradox. The big rule of the bootstrap paradox is you don't break the bootstrap paradox. Too many science fiction writers do that. The whole point is her events going back into her own past created the events. But it didn't do that. But it's still not quite clear what Ruby was. I mean, I'm spoiling things. Even that, it's equally not clear what on earth happened to the Doctor. Did he go into the TARDIS? I mean, logic would suggest he'd just disappear. He'd dematerialize and leave her there. But I do appreciate, and I haven't seen Unleashed yet, but I have heard about, and I appreciate that Davis did genuinely discover, through trial and error, that 73 yards was very much the distance where you could see someone but couldn't make out their face. Apparently, they did test that when shooting. At first they thought, well, alright, well, let's see with the cameras, but no, Davis was absolutely right. 73 yards is very much the distance. Even with a camera. And still, all that, waving her arms, all that. So much isn't really explained about what old Ruby is. I know I'm spoiling things for people. Again, yes, I loved the tone of this episode. It's so brutal in many ways. And then there are things where I'm like, they really just make that implication? No matter, again, so this whole, and again, I love this whole Gothic, Welsh Gothic attitude, theme going on. And of course, the Stowe, it's not quite clear why it's Stowe. We know the Snow is attached to Ruby. Eventually, we're obviously gonna get up a bit with this. Now here's something interesting. Because I'm this. Apparently the script did say Ruby is inappropriately dressed. And there's the thing that's a bit interesting. I haven't met you before, have I? Now, Rusty Davis, he said at some point, was it Boom? During the commentary for Boom, he said that Susan Twist's casting was nothing remotely important or magical. It's just they had a shortage of actors and she was available. That's all it was. And I like that. But, sorry, I was just watching the episode. But yeah, Davis said it was nothing more than a shortage of actors. But the fact that Ruby has now said this, maybe this is an Easter egg to the fact that, we've used her several times this series. But the fact that it was even said at all is kind of interesting. Is there meant to be a reason for her being there? I don't know. And now we have that part. The interesting thing is that, and here's the other interesting, excuse me, I should say. I mean, the old Ruby doesn't exactly look at the people that she's talking to. So, and of course, what is she saying? Logic would stand that maybe Davis didn't write anything that she was saying. But, and while I'm sure it wasn't in the script, there was nothing in the script saying what she was saying, I do kind of wonder, I mean, this is Davis. Maybe he did start from a baseline of, this is what old Ruby is saying. I'd like to know if that was it. Because, I mean, Russell wasn't actually at MCM, and if he was, I would have actually asked, did she actually say anything? Now, this actress, I can't remember her name, the woman running the pub here. She has actually been in Doctor Who Universe before. You may remember her from the Torchwood episode Countryside. And another fun fact, the very pub that she's in, that Ruby is in right now, was also used in that Torchwood episode. So, reusing cast and locations of another relatable show.
Okay, with my phone. Pay with your phone? Yeah. How do you pay with your phone? Well, it's sort of like online banking.
This part, and again, this part was just needlessly cruel, I thought.
You can pay with your phone.
I just did not understand why they were winding her up like this. It served no purpose.
Young lady, despite what they say.
Part of me next week, we're getting Christianity. Throw them to the lions. Throw them to the lions and watch them getting eaten alive with great big teeth and things.
And again, all these guys.
I'll just have a Coke. Last the big spenders.
But again, why the need to be that bitter and cruel to someone you don't know? I don't understand it.
It's been bloody freezing, man.
Well, yeah.
Do you know who she is?
No,
Never seen her. Why? Who is she?
I don't know.
just keeps following you.
I think in this sort of weather you should try asking her in.
No, she's not with me. She's just following me.
Yeah.
What for?
I don't know.
You
She's
think,
definitely.
you think she'd know?
Well, yeah, I think so. Yeah. £5.
£5 for a Coke!
£5.
Pardon me for stating the obvious, but
That's steep.
is a woman following you? Have you tried asking her why?
Might be dangerous, to be honest.
You know, it's my fault for my teeth. I was wondering for a pint of pint. You can pay your magic form. Hey, bye girls.
Right, my daughter, be home.
Yeah, he'll just ask her. He'll ask, then come back. Simple as that.
Could you ask her? There was a friend of mine in yellow different.
And again, yeah, it's not explain what happened to the doctor. That's left with so many unanswered
Give it a go.
questions. I don't like that they've done that. Why leave?
Because she doesn't approach.
Oh,
She comes so far and she stays away.
yeah.
And
I mean, to an extent, I do understand why she's not going to
Something of a synonym
To Ruby, I get
keep
that.
your distance. I suppose, to coin a new word,
because it would effectively inform Ruby of her own timeline, but
distance, always
Still.
distance. She said the distance to you.
yeah. And then he just runs.
Oh my god, Josh was running. So his wife shouting at him. Really though? He's running. He saw that woman and he ran away. Ran away like the devil was on his bum. What did she say to him?
I don't know.
I mean, another interesting point, actually.
Seems that Josh has said
I mean, everything we're seeing right now, it did occur to me, that's all that was used in the next time trailer.
I thought Sarah was with her friend.
Which was an interesting bit of marketing, because it kind of misrepresented what the episode was going to be about.
A circle of cotton, little toy things like charms and
But it does
schools of
also highlight,
birds.
I mean, everything they're about to say right now, this bit that felt like 10 minutes, I had no idea how long it actually was.
What do you mean cotton? Like strands with these things.
I mean, they obviously filmed this entire
No, no,
section
I did not.
just to get something for the trailer.
It's like, where was it? On the cliff, a couple miles that way.
it's what they call a fairy circle.
You can ask him about that.
Shut your face.
When you say you walked into it,
I
did you break it?
can't understand that part.
Well,
Well, the doctor broke it, technically.
no, but it was by mistake. I mean, it's not magic, is it?
Is it not? The cliff tops are a boundary between the land and the sea. The liminal space is neither here nor there where...
Of course, Kate's gonna bring this up, that
And then there's the blood.
they are getting involved in much more supernatural related stories now. But, and I don't know if anyone's complained, I haven't seen it, but obviously it's nothing to complain about. Doctor Who has absolutely handled mythical and supernatural stories before, and K9 and Company was involved with, I mean,
It's said
K9 and Company involved Hecate. Whether you believe that or not.
No, it was by accident. My friend would never disrespect the circle or do anything
There.
like that. And I walked away
Well,
because it said rest in peace.
Good.
The messages, the little scrolls.
You read them.
Just a couple.
You opened them and read them. Why did you do that?
Well, they were there.
Again, this entire village is just trying to wind her up.
It is now.
It's needlessly cruel.
It was just.
What else did they say?
Well, what one said rest in peace.
Mad Jack.
Rest in peace, Mad Jack.
How conveniently timed, though.
I think perhaps that was...
All those close-up shots.
Someone's dog or something.
Say that to Mad Jack's face.
Why?
That's a weird
And he's dead.
But now she
name
was gonna
name for a
say,
doll.
Yeah, but what does that mean?
Charm was very clear. Binding his soul to rest in peace. Semper distance.
So binding your soul to rest in peace.
Now,
Why are you doing this?
if that woman outside is his herald,
I mean, that's a real, again, it's a really needlessly cruel thing to do.
oh, don't.
He would kill me. I know what he'd kill first, and you know why, don't you?
What the hell have you done?
Again,
Just someone at
Alright, well, the Wandering episode probably doesn't matter what he's saying, he's probably got nothing.
Go home.
There's no home to go to, you idiot. Not anymore. He drank in this pub.
He called this place home. That's not much out there. Then answer the door.
She seems perfectly fine to answer it, that's the thing.
Oh my God.
Okay, I say perfectly fine. Oof. Ugh. Wasn't that funny?
It's racist, my dear, to be blunt. People come from outside, they think we're all witches and druids. For God's sake, child, you walked into a piece of string.
Yes, which is what she said.
Don't mind if I do.
That's why it was so needlessly cruel. She said it was just a piece of string. Still there. Porridge and toast. It's not like she has anywhere else to go. In the meantime, at least.
Got those spare.
I'll have him back, man.
You know, probably expected it. The TARDIS is still there. I mean, again, that's what makes me think the Doctor can't have just gone into the TARDIS, because he would have just taken off.
He said I'm never coming back. I said why? And he said ask her. So I'm asking you why. I think he meant ask her.
Yeah, but don't.
Well, I made it very clear to Josh. You will be packing and going. And we won't see you again as of today.
Yeah.
Is that understood?
I mean, obviously the whole idea of this episode is to isolate Ruby,
Look, maybe I should
which is just stunning. Everything
go away, but
possibly going wrong.
this is what you do.
Isolation can be... I get it, isolation can be very powerful.
I would love to see
Especially when it's really not being forced, when it's something that's being forced on you, rather than something you choose.
Bye bye. I'm going now.
She's still there.
Okay?
Yeah.
You win.
Yeah, it's not gonna be that easy. Again, right there, wherever Ruby goes. Again, how this entity, how this is all happening. Again, I understand if they explain it, but it eliminates the ultimate mystery of it all. Still, Clara and Cherry.
Maybe the Doctor went inside his box and that's what men do. They go into their sheds and they pot up.
And as usual, the mother doesn't like the Doctor. This is very much. I mean, never forget that really has been a thing in Russell Davis's whole era with Doctor Who, that the mother's never happy that their daughters are going off with the companion, going off with the Doctor.
I didn't tell you everything. There's this woman.
Oof.
This is what we'll do. If I can approach her,
Oh,
then I'll follow you.
but I will admit this, and this part does really. Oh, it just made my heart ache
You can hear what she's got to
when I saw it at MCM.
They just run away.
people. Trust me, darling.
It's from mum logic.
Just be careful.
And there's Mrs. Flood.
I'm just speaking to...
Andrew Dobson, I think. That's his name is.
To your own mum? Yeah,
I mean, they were really building something up about her, but
nothing to do with me.
so far they haven't really done anything with her.
What does that mean?
Looks like what she is.
Mum, what's she saying? I can't quite hear. What's she saying?
She looks like what she is.
Mum, whatever she's saying, just don't... No, Mum! Mum!
Oh.
You were... Please don't do this to me, Mum!
Oh,
Don't do this to me, Mum!
this is the beginning. How heartbreaking it is. But that she looks like who she is. I mean, did she realise that it was Ruby? I mean, the fact she was so scared she got a taxi. Oh, that look. Everything's turned on her.
She ran away. What did you say to her?
Oh, it wasn't me, it was the woman! Mum, phone me back, just tell me what
She
she
can't-
Talk to me, okay? Just please phone me
Oof.
back. Look, I don't care if you're on answer phone. I will keep calling 100 times a day, and you've got to come home. Come on, Mum, Granny's calling you everything. And if you do come home, I'll make that shepherd's pie, yeah?
Mm.
We saw inside your kitchen with the cheese, and we can sit down and just pretend that...
And only now it's no, she is home. That's the thing. She's locked you out.
Mom! Mom, can you hear me? Gran! Gran, are you in there? Come on, come on, Jeff, answer me, come on!
Mhm.
I'm your daughter.
Except you're not.
Oh,
Having a real mother didn't.
oh, that. I mean, the audience was predominantly quiet, but it was through that quiet I could hear people going, "Oh, that was just so soul destroying." Again, we've got the snow again. I mean, is it meant to snow when she's sad or something? We still don't have full understanding of this. 73 yards.
Take it that's
And there's Kate. Which was definitely a surprise.
well.
Did not expect her to be in this episode, but glad she is.
Yeah, and that was over a year ago. She's put me in junction. My own mother.
And that moment then pretty much signified exactly where I somewhat saw where this episode was going, but the fact that this was a year ago,
I think we can help.
so we're going to have some time jumps throughout.
Former companions, normal life.
I was happy with him.
Yeah, sorry, I should point out, I developed a bit of cold at Comic Con, so,
Unified Intelligence Task Force created to investigate.
so bear with me if I'm looking a bit off.
They seem to be turning that way these days.
And you work with the doctor.
With him,
Right, I just talked over the bit where Kate talked about how
I can only
they're getting involved in the supernatural these days.
I wish she'd got in touch with us sooner. We thought the doctor was silent.
Oh, I know. I keep wondering how the world survives without him.
Well, that's fine. I think I can say skin of our teeth. Although, I think this timeline might be suspended along your event. Told you.
It's alright.
And you can take us to the TARDIS.
Yeah, it's just sitting there. I'm actually surprised no one's reported it, really.
It has a perception filter. People notice it, but sort of don't.
Which is kind of interesting. 'Cause
Perception filter on top of
is that really the
effect.
concept? But it, kind of notices it, kind of doesn't.
Maybe, because she has a perception thing.
Because the doctor told Mickey, "What do you see when you see a blue box? Walk right past it."
Hey, I once positioned her right in front of a police car and they just drove right around her.
And if you sit in a room with me,
No, I can't see her. I know she's there.
Oh,
73 yards. I have measured it 100 times. I've measured it
I don't know if this was in. Again, I don't know if this is a Doctor Who Unleashed, but when we were watching this at MCM, the director actually did point out when they were filming this scene.
sounds wise.
You can't. I don't think you can see it in any of these shots, but
See something.
there is actually a shop or a cafe, or I think a cafe somewhere across the road, and the director suddenly noticed, hang on, there are members of the press over there, and he just very politely
And I can confirm.
ran there and tried to tell them, look, could you please leave? Luckily they did.
Don't worry. Quite safe.
No, that's great. That's fine.
Well,
You photographed it, but this is the
that's what you think.
Yeah.
I know.
We've got all this, but don't worry, we've all had psychic training.
Equipment is a bit more sophisticated, and yet
Noise cancelling ear defenders would have probably been better.
20 the eyesight from 7 to
Honestly, just not being able to hear her talk would have made more sense.
proves you're not very mad.
Thank you.
Well, there's only one more option. Let's bring her in.
But she won't talk to her. I know she does something.
My staff have full psychic training.
Okay, I'm sorry, I thought I talked over that. That's what we got. And get it, is true, I get it. Torchwood and Unit have psychic training.
Go, go, go!
All units.
One would say, try and shoot her.
The eyes do not engage with her in any way to bring her in.
Bit late. Oh,
I said do not engage!
Okay, what's she saying?
but I think I did talk over. Sorry, I'm gonna get through this, don't I? Oh, that was so harsh. What I think I did talk over was she's always done this on trains or cars. She's measured that distance, but she's never thought to go on a plane or go on a boat. And Ruby said, I keep thinking that she might die or I might die. Which was an interesting moment. Again, I haven't watched this back. The closest I've seen this before, other than now, is at the MCM. But once the revelation of who the old woman was, my immediate thought was, oh, that's what it was.
I don't want you to take this the wrong way. I've got Is there someone else?
She's never been formed long-term relationships. But this is the thing that Ellie Littlechild said this, and yeah, I absolutely thought this.
Drifting off, thinking of something else.
She doesn't look older.
One right now, to be honest.
I mean, all you've done is put a wig on her. By the time of 40, your idea of 40 is she's just wearing glasses? No.
I know you've had a tough time.
So what a 40-year-old looks like.
It's weird, okay?
She's too lovely. She's 19. For heaven's sake.
I started off as a delivery boy. I worked on a food store in Swansea Market, hospital, porter.
And I should also point out, yeah, I know, I was trying not to talk over Mad Jack here, but whose name I can't quite remember. But Roger William. Right.
The most dangerous prime minister in history.
Again, at MCM, we actually had the costume designer there, and she was actually in charge of
Is the word.
aging Millie Gibson, and she
And this was.
and this was ultimately her decision, just to not change her that much, but do that.
Except all of those things really was you. What? It's taken me all this time.
Did you say the bed thing?
What I'm here to do.
Which is what?
I'm gonna save the world. Mwah. See ya.
I mean,
Come on. We've got work to do.
come on, Ace. We've got work to do. Sorry, things were just going through my head because I was talking over the Doctor's introduction here of. Okay, I can't never remember his name, but. Did you say that he almost ruined Britain or
Services.
something? Because, again,
Okay, good news. What for exactly?
this goes into the whole concept of the bootstrap paradox I was talking about.
It is amazing.
'Cause-
Because I have.
Again, if the idea is that
Which you can donate right now.
she's going through all the events that were supposed to happen,
Just tell me what to do and I'll do anything. Hey, I'll even carry the coats.
it just makes the ending not make sense. It's a good idea, it just doesn't
Absolute shame on
end well.
Now's the time to vote. You know, for Britain to find its voice, to find its pride, its future.
Yes, but the point is, that if people
And I need to get my phone because I can't remember if
it's inflated
I don't watch the BBC News that much,
at 15
and I don't know the name of many of the journalists. But I'm pretty sure he's an actual journalist at the BBC.
billion pounds on nuclear weapons.
I'm a Welshman. I was born in Wales. That's what the
I'm
acronym
Welsh.
means. It's not one of those apps that you used to have on your phones in the old days. It means son of.
Love the idea of,
I am a son of Wales.
I just love the idea
I know what
of
it's like to be oppressed.
those apps, one of the things you had in the old days.
And that's what
I-
I'm saying. No
I mean, I still remember
more. Britain to say no more. So yes, I have pledged to defend.
in,
our
can't remember the name of the episode now, the James Corden one with the Cybermen in it. And they were fighting off the Cybermen, I said, I've got an app for that. And that was just a reference because that was an entirely new phrase.
excuse me,
Suddenly they've got this whole thing of,
you say that you
oh,
actually
apps don't exist now.
to fire a nuclear missile.
Ooh.
We'll cut that bit out, right?
That's disturbing.
Danny, speak to comms by next week. Immediately, he said.
I am certainly confused by that. I mean, she actually was carrying the coat.
Are you with us?
Yeah. He doesn't know.
Yes. My name's Ruby.
Tell me, what about her? You're over there. She one of us?
Yeah,
She's on Danny's team.
sort of.
She's a volunteer.
Oh.
What's her name?
Marty Bridges.
Oh, did you have to say that? Well, actually, I'm saying that because the implication here. I'm gonna wait till it gets there, but already I had bad vibes about this, and I kind of want to. Roger Apgwillan. Okay, Roger Apgwillan. Apparently, Albion was actually a Welsh word for Great Britain years ago in the 1800s, so that's quite clever. And I'm just trying to. I can't completely be quiet because of YouTube, but there's just a certain line that I'm very curious about. I mean, now Marty's closed off.
Good news.
Alright, I interpreted that as something different at the time.
Between you and me, I know he's brilliant.
But
Sometimes
this incredibly tense moment.
through the shivers. he is a monster.
It's just the moment I started seeing this, my mind immediately went, I'm gonna put this subtly for YouTube, but did he just assault her? My dad actually put this best. I didn't actually know how to word this, but it's very Me Too. And I didn't know it, but I was talking to my dad today, and he's right. Yeah, it's a Me Too thing. And I know it's not explicitly said, but that's pretty bloody heavy. Even the implication is pretty intense for a show watched by children. And I can already hear people saying, "Well, it's not just a children, it's a family show." Yeah, it's a family show.
Is that for you, Marty? Roger said there's room for you at the party.
Again, I mean, everything's saying that he's Me Too'd her.
They're saying it's gonna be wild. We need to help branding from the
Oh, jeez.
11 to 61.
That is intense. Is it really something for tea time? To watch at tea time? He said, yes, yeah, I know not everyone's watching live at 7 o'clock now, but it's still nonetheless broadcast at 7 o'clock. Or around 7 o'clock. It's broadcast around tea time. It's not exactly a tea time slot. It's a very heavy thing to do for a kids show. Or a show predominantly aimed at family audiences.
We're purchasing the nuclear arsenal from Pakistan. That's the Roger was the first independent from NATO. Saturday, Roger William gets the codes.
Saturday. He'll launch.
Oof.
Don't be stupid, Marty. It's symbolic. Moment's completely symbolic.
Still dangerous.
Sorry it took so long. Because I think I'll only get one chance. And I had to make sure I was right. But I wish I could have helped you. I'm so sorry.
Again, that's everything that she's... Again, she's really implying it there. That Roger did this. Roger did absolutely Me Too Matty.
Ruby, I said keep the grass. Hey, get off the pitch, man.
Why exactly she wasn't... No one was meant to go on the grass, I don't quite get. Other than just for this bit.
Hey, there are no unofficial photos, thank you. Put that down.
Stop doing a photo. You could have gone faster.
Get back here. Ruby. Hey, you get off the grass.
Why there was a need for gunmen, I
Get off the pitch.
know even less.
What are you doing? I have to ask you to put that device down immediately.
Why so scared?
Stop it. Ruby, that's an order. I said stay where you are. I said stay where you are. Final warning. Stay where you are.
Well, doesn't matter now. And that's what she needed. Because right next to him. And he's gone. Well, now she's happy. Why wouldn't she be?
50 minutes later, Robert William resigned from the office of Prime Minister, refusing to give any reasons for his actions.
I mean, it is an alternate timeline, but still. Ask her. Yeah.
Irish Catriona has stepped forward to take control and has already promised for key posts a more lenient and listening government.
I don't think that's quite how it works, though. it would still be the main party.
Is that it?
Not to think about it, I suppose.
Right, is that what you were for? Can you leave me alone?
Nope. No, she's still there. 40 years later. That reflection in the mirror, though, I got the impression that that colourful box was supposed to represent TARDIS. I have no idea if it actually was.
The signal for the engine is far out. It's fine.
But this is some. But now they've got a new actress playing Ruby here, and again, Ellie Littlechild made this point. You recast someone for the older one. You couldn't recast Ruby for when she was 40. Because Millie does not look 40 there. You did your best, but it just wasn't going to work.
I don't think they know.
It's particularly difficult when... Actually, thinking about it, that's really stupid when you consider how Amy Pond... I mean, I can't remember the name of the episode now, which is annoying since I recently watched it, but they aged her up. They were able to use prosthetics to age her up. Very effectively, might I add. There's no way so you could have done that with Millie.
But keep thinking. I know why. The woman. And I've been thinking about it my whole life. Why is she here? And I think at the end,
Well, you'll know.
because that's very you. My old friend. I dare to hope.
I probably should have said when at MCM this said they had the costume designer. They did actually talk about the coat for the old woman, the older Ruby,
Yes, I know.
the one actually 73 yards away. And they did actually point out that her costume was ultimately supposed to look timeless, so that's why she's predominantly in that black coat.
I could make it snow once upon a time.
Dismissing an old woman.
Don't worry. Everyone has abandoned me my whole life,
It's so sad.
but I haven't been alone for 65 years.
Light off. Here she is.
Light.
And now she's finally there. She's now finally reaching that point. I mean, again, a true horror element to it. But it's still quite explained why this is all happening. Which in many ways is why you need the Doctor. The Doctor is usually there to explain it. I know, technically it's a horror. We're in a supernatural element now. You don't particularly need to explain it, but given how it ended, it kind of needs a bit of explanation.
Sorry it took so long. And I tried so hard. What else could I do? It took all these years. All these long years. And
So again, so now we're at this ending, and I'm saying it just doesn't make sense. She's now coming at a much earlier point than she was intended.
The rock and the water never ends. The war between the land and the sea.
Hey, you know what? I've been to Wales 3 times now. I went to see Shy Hill in Cardiff.
So,
We went to Mumbles because we bought...
still there.
Mind you, Roger at William.
William.
That's a bad example.
she?
Who?
Over there.
But again,
Where?
this pretty much breaks the cycle, and if anything, Roger Ap Gillian probably did become Prime Minister.
Well, she's not there anymore.
But there was.
So I am
She was just
very
leaving.
confused how this is meant to work now. Did the timeline... Did everything that just happened not exist, and did Roger Ap Gillian actually
Oh, no.
get involved? It doesn't make sense. It's everything probably, because if the old woman, old Ruby, got there, then how was she and prevent her from breaking the circle? Then how did she get there to prevent from breaking the circle? It doesn't make sense. Maybe it's explained in Unleashed. So usually I would watch it, but I haven't had time.
Mysterious woman.
Oh, she was there.
And we... Yeah!
And again, not really explaining why the Doctor disappeared.
So, what was the third time that you've been to Wales? You said you've been 3 times? What was the other
Didn't make perfect. If this was Dr. Light, this would stand to reason maybe Shooty was filming another episode, or maybe he was filming something else. He's quite popular right now.
No.
And now we're into the next time trailer, Dot and Bubble.
There are creatures out there in the real world.
And solicitor request.
And they are coming to get you.
So this is looking like a really creepy one as well. I'm very much looking forward to that one. So that has been 75 Yard. I am should say I'm not watching this on the iPlayer. That's why you're hearing something else now. But I have been Doctor Who commentator. I am also a regular contributor to the Omega Files. They'll be doing one soon at the end of the week. I'm definitely going to make an attempt to be there. Thank you for watching this podcast. I hope you enjoyed this as much as I enjoy making these, and I really do enjoy making these. This isn't really about subscribers for me. That's why I've done this for over 10 years and I haven't really done anything to make it big, because I'm not into that. Just having some fun. And I hope you can put up with my cold and my get up. Goodbye.